you've been running your Craigslist seller ads, you've been running your Facebook seller ads, you've been doing videos on how sellers should prepare their house to sell their home, and you get a call from a seller. So it all works. Everything you're doing works. Seller calls you. These are the 7 questions you must ask a seller on the initial call-in about selling their home. If that's what you're wanting to learn about, then stick around. That's what this video is all about. If you're new to the channel, if you're new to the Facebook group, my name is Josh Barnett. I run the appreciation real estate team at eXp Realty. We're always looking for new mentorees to help us while we're constantly helping more and more sellers and buyers throughout the state of Oklahoma. And if you're wanting to also join eXp Realty, reach out to me, call, text, or email me. I'd love to tell you everything I know about eXp Realty and help sponsor you. These are the questions you must ask a seller on the initial call-in. When they call in, they're like, hey, is this Josh? And I'm like, and I've always answered the phone, hey, this is Josh, how may I help you? And they're like, hey, Josh, it's such and such over at such and such property. My wife and I, we decided to sell and downsize. Can you help us out? And I'm like, I'd love to help you out. That's what the team of agents and I do here at eXp Realty. We help sellers and buyers with their real estate here in the state of Oklahoma. So can I ask you a couple questions about your property? And they're gonna be like, of course. And I say, the first question I ask them is, tell me, in the last 3 years, have you completed any major upgrades on your property? Like remodel the kitchen, remodel the bathroom, and does your livable square footage that's shown on the tax records match the livable square footage that your appraisal showed when you bought the property? And yes, that's kind of 2 questions, but it's okay. It's not a big deal. And the reason it's not a big deal is because you need to know this information. And I wanted to make this video 5 questions, not 6. So they're going to start telling you about the property. They'll be like, well, we put a new roof on, 3 years ago when that hailstorm came through, and you're making up. And they're like, we had to replace the water heater, and then we had to replace an AC fan motor, da-da-da-da. And I'm going to say, that's great. You definitely want to keep up on the maintenance. All houses need to be able to get a loan on. 90, I don't know the exact stats, but 90 to 95% of the houses bought have to have loans. So those are all maintenance items. I'm talking to you right now as an agent. In my head, I'm thinking that out loud. And I just take a note. Great. Thank you so much, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. That's great information. On your roof, by chance, was it a class 4 roof? Because here in Oklahoma and Kansas has the worst cost of homeowners insurance because of all the amazing weather that we have. And if it's a class 4 roof, you get an amazing discount on the homeowners insurance, and it can be used as a value add when you're marketing the property for sale. And they're like, oh, no, it's just a regular 5-tab roof. Or they're like, I don't really know what kind of roof it is. And you're like, okay, no problem. I'll take a look at it when I do the walkthrough. Now tell me, thank you for telling me about the roof, the hot water tank, and whatever they listed. Repeat to them what they said. That way they know that you're listening. And then also say, now tell me about your kitchen countertops. Have you ever upgraded your kitchen countertops? Have you ever put a new stove in? Have you ever remodeled the bathroom? Do you have new toilets in, the taller toilets, the shorter toilets? Tell me a little bit more about your home. And then they're going to tell you more about it. And you're using this information so that when you're looking at comparables, you can make a great decision on the value range for that particular home. That's why you're asking those questions. And you need to know that so that you're not way far off on your value range. Like if the house has never been updated since it was built and it's super dated, but every other house in the neighborhood that has been updated, or every other house in the neighborhood that has sold has had some updates to it, you got to take that into account on your valuing. Even in today's market, when houses sell for above list price and they sell right away, you still want to come up with a true and accurate valuation range. You're a professional. You're getting paid a lot of money to help people buy and sell houses. You need to know what you're doing. It's really important. And this is easy. Practice on your own home. Practice on your parents' homes. Practice on your best friend's homes. Practice on your broker's home. Practice this. This is part of being a real estate agent and being a professional real estate agent. Question number 4. If you guys got questions, put them in the comments. So after they tell you everything they can about the house, the next question is, Mr. and Mrs. Seller, I've got an appointment in that area tomorrow at such and such time. When I wrap that appointment up, may I come preview your home? You want to get in there. You want to get in there and look at it. You want to go over the numbers with them, go over the paperwork with them to show them that it looks great, to show them everything. You want to get that face-to-face time. You're immediately asking for the appointment after you ask about the home. And then they're gonna be like, well, I can't do such and such time, but I'll be home at such and such time. Or the morning would be better for me. Could you come before? And stuff like that. And you guys work out when you can go preview the property. Because if the entire property needs an exterior paint job and you got to get your cleaning crew in there to get it spick and span before you start showing it, you need to know these things, and you need to have those conversations with the seller. So number 4, the fourth question that you ask a seller when they call in and they're wanting your help to sell a home is, I have another appointment on X day in that area at X time. May I swing by your home after that appointment wraps up? And give them like a 2-hour window. You know, don't nail. I mean, you could nail yourself down. I could be there at 4. But what if something happens during that appointment? What if you got to write a contract real quick and your transaction coordinator's already taken off for the day? You know, you never know in real estate exactly what your schedule. You time block. You set it all up. But give them a range. There's nothing wrong with giving people a range. I think the doctor's office and the dentist office are the only people that are like, this is the time you have to be here. And if you're not here, we're going to have to reschedule. I think they're the only ones like that. Cox, they make you wait there 8 hours. ONG, they make you wait there 8 hours. Like, they don't even have to come in your house. Just turn the gas meter on. And they do it with a button at the hub now. They don't even come. Don't get me started on that. But give them a time. Would it be all right if I swing by after that appointment, say between 2 p.m. and 4 p.m. that day? Or if you just want to do an hour, between 2 and 3. Between 2 and 3, depending on how quickly my other appointment wraps up. And they'll be like, sure, that sounds great. You're the professional. They're calling you to have you help them sell their most valued asset. That's why you get to make so much money in real estate. That's why you earn those commissions that you get. You know, if you're not earning those commissions that you get, you step up your game. Step up your game. So many times. Never mind. We're not going to get in that. Okay. Question number 3. Any questions on question number 4? Any questions on question number 4? Okay. And if you're watching this later on, after we've already started the broadcast, if you're watching this later on, like it and share it with all your real estate friends. And if you have any questions about joining eXp Realty and all of the things that eXp Realty has to offer, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'm here to get those answered. I want to sponsor you and bring you into the best real estate brokerage in the world. That's what I want to do, and I want to show you everything that eXp has to offer. Question number 3. A home's first impression is online, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. Say their first name if you got it. How soon could the home be ready for a photo shoot and the video walkthrough? And whenever you ask these questions, just be quiet. That Sales 101. Ask your question, smile. Ask your question, smile, and then just be quiet. Okay? And then they're like, well, Josh, the home's pretty much ready right now. I mean, we might need to declutter some, but it's pretty ready. Oh, perfect. So if the value range is exactly what you want, and this is a follow-up question to them saying when the home's ready to be shot. Oh, perfect. Well, if the numbers make sense and you guys are ready to make that move, I could have the photographer there on such and such day. Would that be all right? And they're like, yeah, Josh, that'd be great. So book the photographer. Book him. Book him. You know, book him a day or two after you do your walkthrough in case there's anything that you need to fix. But book that photographer. Set that appointment. So now you've got 2 appointments already. And then if you don't have time to make the photographer appointment, have one of your co-agents or one of your team members show up, put the sign in the ground, put the lockbox on the door, go make spare copies of the keys. Never, ever, ever take that seller's key. You go make copies. And I recommend making 2. One for the MLS lockbox and one for the combo lockbox. Because the combo lockbox will get contractors in there when you need them. And the combo lockbox will get appraisers in there if for some reason they don't have MLS access. So do not take the seller's original key. Go get copies made. Put them get 2 copies made. One in the MLS lockbox, one in the combo lockbox. That's a little golden nugget that wasn't even planned. But you don't want to take that original key because of course course, they'll be like, no, don't worry about it. I've got the garage door clicker. I can let myself in through the garage door. And as soon as that happens, some agent showing the house is going to lock them out of the house. And you're not going to know about it till like 10 o'clock at night. And you're going to have to get in the car or pay one of your teammates or pay a locksmith. I've gotten to the point where I'll just pay a locksmith. I'll be like, I'm sending a locksmith over there to get you. Like, I'm not, it's time short, and don't take their key. Before I'd pay a locksmith, now I never take their key. Don't take their key. So does question number 3 make sense? After you set the appointment to do the walkthrough, then the follow-up question is, a home's first impression is online. How soon could the home be ready for a photo shoot and video walkthrough? We make it open house ready once. We do the photo shoot and video walkthrough, then you don't have to have it open house ready all the time. And they'll tell you when it's ready. And that's also going to give you a good temperature gauge of how quickly they're ready to move. Like if the home's ready to go, then they're ready to move quick. So that's question number 3. Any questions on question number 3? Put them in the comments. Okay, no? No? All right, let's scroll on down to question number 4. Question number 4 is going to blow your mind. If you're a seller and you're interviewing agents and the agents aren't asking you these questions, call me. I want your business. Call me. I want your business, and I want to ask you these questions. That way we can set you up to win when it comes to selling your house. So question number 4 that I ask sellers is, I always ensure that each seller knows what their walkaway money is at closing to ensure that they know what their check at closing will be. I say that 2 separate ways in the same sentence. To do that, I have to complete the real estate commissions estimated net to seller. So I give this document authority from the commission because it is a commission required document. What is the current payoff on your home or the amount listed as the primary balance on the last mortgage statement? That's the same question, but it's worded 2 different ways because we don't know how people comprehend stuff. Like I'll say window when I mean door. My brain is 5 steps ahead of my mouth most of the time. So I'm trailing on what I'm trying to communicate. So when I'm communicating to a seller, I try to say questions that are important 2 different ways in the same question. So what I mean by that is, what is the current payoff on your home? Payoff on your home, or the amount listed as the primary balance on the last mortgage statement. Those are the exact same things, but it's giving it to that seller 2 different ways so that one way or another, they're gonna be like, oh, okay, I know what he's asking. And then they're gonna tell me, hey, Josh, I owe $350 on it. It's a $500,000 house. I still owe $350 on it. And I would say, great. Do you remember what your interest rate is by chance? Because I have to add the last month's interest payment on top of that. And they're like, yeah, I got it at like 4%. So that's $12,000 a year divided by 12. That's $1,000. 369, 12. Yeah, $1,000. Put it on top. So I'd say, okay, perfect. You know, that's roughly about $1,000. So on the net for the primary payoff amount, I'm going to put $351,000. So I didn't make a mistake. I know you said $350, but I'm going to add an extra $1,000 for that months of interest. And then you say, great, that makes sense, Josh, no problem. That's question number 4, and I don't know why I have it number 2. I'm just so used to doing my my pros and cons, and I do from less to best, sort of like David Letterman. That's where I got it, but no worries there. Any questions on question number 2? Don't forget, call, text, or email me. Any questions you have about helping sellers sell their houses, any questions you have about real estate in general, and of course, if you're ready to join the best brokerage in the world, I want to sponsor you. Call, text, or email me. Let's get that going. You will not look back once you join eXp Realty. Question number 5, the most important question. And remember, if you're a seller watching this video and you're not getting asked these questions, call me. I want to ask you these questions and help you get your house sold. And even if you're a seller in another state watching this, call me. My upline at eXp Realty, we're worldwide. My sponsors have agents in Italy, in Spain. They got agents all over the world. So call me. We can get you helped out. Question number 5. I'm so excited to have all this information now. I'm going to get to work on putting together the value range for your neighborhood and your property so we can go over that on tomorrow's appointment at in between such and such time. I like to keep track of my marketing dollars, and I like to keep track how people find me. That way I can put my marketing dollars where it's most valuable. Where did you find me at? And 9 times out of 10, they're like, I Googled you. Or let me say 50% of the time, they're like, I just Googled real estate agent to help me sell my house or something like that. And my YouTube channel popped up on my seller series on how to sell your house or how to sell your land and stuff like that. Or they're like, I was referred to you by such and such person. And if it's a referral, you better write down who such and such person is and thank them. Call them and thank them. Business is personal, and especially sales business. So if someone refers you, you better call them and thank them. Be like, oh, that's such great information. I'm so excited to see you tomorrow at such and such time, or the following day at such and such time. Are there any other questions that I could answer for you about me right now before I get to work on your home? And they're going to be like, nah, blah, 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 blah. Or they're like, no, I'm super excited to get started. Like, I'm super excited too. I'm going to get to work on this right now. What's the best email that I can send this report to when I get it all put together? That way you've already had a time to review it before I show up tomorrow and then get their email. So, that's question number 6. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to make this 5 questions. 5 questions. Well, that'll just be a side question, but you need their email address to send them the report when you get it put together and to email it over to them. That way they have that. So, that's it. That's the questions that you ask a seller on the initial call-in. You want to verify any upgrades in the livable square footage. You want to set the appointment for the walkthrough. You want to find out when the house will be ready for the photo shoot. You want to find out what the payoff is on the house and where did you find me. And then also get their email address. So there's like 7 questions there. So maybe I'll change the title of the video to the 7 questions. I like 7 better than 6. So let's go ahead and switch that over. 7 questions you must ask on the initial seller call-in. 7 questions to ask. Guys, Josh Barnett, eXp Realty, thanks so much for hanging out with me today. I hope you found value in this video. If you did, be sure to subscribe to the channel, share it with all your friends in real estate, and if you're ready to make that move to the next level brokerage, to the last brokerage that you'll ever be at, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. Josh Barnett, I want to be able to help you, sponsor you into eXp Realty, get you on the Fast Start series, help you get your KV Core classes set up, help you just take your real estate to that next level. If you've been in the business 2-3 years and you're only doing about 2-3 deals a year and you want to do more, that's what I want to help you do. And if you're a new agent, get ready to get in the business, definitely reach out to me because you don't want to start off somewhere else. You want to start off at eXp Realty. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. There's some other videos popping up on the screen somewhere. Don't really know where. And those videos will teach you more about real estate, teach you about real estate tech, teach you about why eXp Realty rocks. All right. See you on the next video.